Hey there, everyone. This is Jason Buss. I'm going over my building block number 2.3, where we're looking at where we're at in the research project at this point. If you haven't read anything about what I'm working on, I'm a fire chief of a fire department. I manage about 45 firefighters, and my research project was going to focus on looking at how several generations of firefighters can work together, be it millennials, baby boomers, iGens, and Gen Xers, and how to with each one of those groups, how they can all work together, and how we've been successful in Northfield in making that implementation happen, and areas we could improve in that. So when I started looking for different sites, I decided I would look at both trade journals and magazines, such as fire service related, EMS service related, and then just business journals in particular to look at. Some of the ones that have been better I have found, there's a couple term papers and thesis papers. This one here from Iden that's currently up on the screen, I was able to draw a lot of information about the background, management policies that shown to have been very effective, and areas where managers can work. So there was a lot of good information in this particular article right here. This is another thesis from a graduate student that this looked more at recruiting and retaining millennial firefighters and the next generation of firefighter. Some key points there where he stresses the fire service is rich in tradition, is very slow to change, and that's led to some problems when it comes to getting new firefighters. Not completely relative to what we have going on, but still some good information in this article here. This source here from Bentley University was able to give us quite a bit of information on the background, on what has been shown to work. It defined the different generations, and I think I'm going to be able to pull quite a bit of material from this particular piece in general. A lot of nice infographics that break down each generation, show you how they're represented. So this was a source I really liked. Another one here, this was originally marketed to older Americans and how to keep them in the workforce and the benefits of them, but it also does talk about encompassing all the different generations, having them work together and the benefits of that, what works and what doesn't work. The Harvard Business Review article I had, I really did like this one by Rebecca Knight. A lot of good tips on how to manage the different groups of people. They talk about this don't dwelling on differences, and just basically to sum this whole one up, it was treat people like you want to be treated, put the stereotypes of generation aside, and you can build some really good working relationships. This is an article that, after I read through it, it was more about traditionalists, which is prior to 1945, people who were born. I really couldn't pull much out of this one, so I believe this is a source I'm actually going to drop. Another part 2 of that same article did have some good notes. It talked about each generation and in dealing with each generation, how the different generations can work together, what they can learn from each other. So this one wasn't bad, and this was from Fire Rescue 1, which is a trade publication for the fire service. Another one, Fire Rescue Magazine, had training different generations, but in essence, it talked about how to work together and what has been shown to work and what hasn't. So I really enjoyed this article too. And this last one I'm still unsure of. It starts talking about the iGen and how the fire service can be ready for them. Most of this generation actually hasn't even made it into the fire service yet. They'll be 21 and under. They may have just recently graduated high school and aren't quite in the fire service, so there's not a lot of information out on how they're going to interact. So this would be one of those articles that's on the fence. As is this training video, generational differences, that the International Association of Firefighters put together. While it has some good information, it's repetitive of some of the the journals, the thesis papers that I found that have been peer reviewed. So on this one, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it. From there, I've taken notes out of all these, which I think I've got a good foundation in my paper. What I'm still missing is I need to do the survey. I'm going to do a survey through SurveyMonkey in my fire department, where I'm going to ask the staff, what do they identify as, what generation, what do they feel about working with the different generations, do they even see it as an issue, what are the challenges, what are the potential bonuses of working together can be. And so I need to finish that. And then I have a human resources manager from the Cleveland Clinic up here in Cleveland that I'm going to talk to about hiring a generational diverse work group. Cleveland Clinic's a huge hospital system, so they'll have people from 18 years old all the way up into their 70s, 80s working at that facility. So she'll be a good source to talk about what's worked, what hasn't. And I look forward to bringing some of that information forward. Other than that, that's all I got. Good luck, you guys, on your research, and look forward to seeing what you guys are able to put together.